Hi, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. Thank you for hanging out with us. And now Heather is going to tell you about Jim Groff, the trainer driver. She caught up with him, and he's got a famous son. I'm talking about serious famous, and he's cute too. Tell us all about Jonathan Groff.
Yes, Jonathan, extremely talented. He's been on Broadway. Right now he's in London doing a play. He's been in major motion pictures, and he was even on a little show called Glee. May have heard of it. Yeah, just a little show. Anyway, yeah, we caught up with Jim, and he told us more. Now, I don't want to date you or anything, but how many years have you been in the business?
I started in '73. So, are you a mathematician, or?
Actually, I am not.
Already. I think that's before you were born, probably.
I know that it's not, but thank you very much. I know you've raced at a lot of different places, but getting into the business, your parents weren't in it, were they?
No, my uncle was in it. So I thought I was going to be a vet coming out of high school, and I went to college for a couple years, and that didn't work at all. So I went to work for my uncle, and then one thing led to another, and now I'm still working for myself. So.
Okay, good deal. Now, you've had some nice horses over the years, and you're an accomplished horseman in the business, but you've got one thing going on that you should be very, very proud of, and that's your offspring, who is Jonathan. Yeah. Tell me about him.
I think I'm a better sire than I am a racehorse or something. But right now he's in London doing a play called Death Trap. He's been over there since August. He comes back in January.
Just to backtrack real fast, Jonathan was on Broadway, right? That's and right. He was on the hit series Glee, so you might have recognized him there. And you mentioned he's in London now. Now, what's coming up? You said he might be back on Glee again?
He might, yeah. Glee's coming. Suppose everything changes all the time in that, but that's even more than claiming horses, I think. Everything happens there. They just make it up as they go for the most part, I found out. But they're supposed to come to New York in January, and the whole crew and tape from New York, the way it stands right now, and he'll be back from London in January, and maybe they'll hook up and he'll do a couple shows with him again. That's the idea, I think.
What's it like being the dad of a superstar? I mean, this kid has been nominated for a Tony Award. You know, this is huge.
Yeah, it's fun. It gives me something different to talk about. You know, yeah, it's a whole different world. So other than that, I don't really understand any of it. I just hear the stories, but it's yeah, it's completely different.
Well, next time you will have to share some of those stories with us. Thanks for being on the show.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Now for the news of the week. Father's Day came early for daddy trainer Greg McNair and his son driver Doug McNair. They pulled off an upset and a huge win in the Windy City Pace. That was at Maywood Park. They won the $200,000 race with Harrah Cash and won 51-4. The 20-year-old driver led the fractions and held off the favorite one more lap over the half-mile oval. Now, there's a couple notable birthdays that I want to bring up for this week, and one of them is Julie Miller, just turned 38 years old. Julie is the trainer of the world champion Lucky Jim. Happy birthday, Julie. And also this past week, Tim Tetrick, the leading money-winning driver in the entire country, just turned the big 2-9. You're catching up to me, Timmy. Don't go away. When we return, we'll go in the bike. We're going to head to the Blue Hen State, so stick around.
Rock and roll heaven and rocket image are 1-2.
Hello there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. It's time for me to revert back to my childhood, something I used to always love to do as a kid, and that's go in the bike. Okay, the Matron Stakes was contested. There were a couple of divisions. And in the second, which was the marquee matchup, Rock and Roll Heaven against Rockin' Image. And with all the information, here's Heather. Okay,
thanks. Yes. Okay, we've got eliminations here. The final will take place this Sunday, as a matter of fact, tomorrow night. So, in this $30,000 elimination, Rock and Roll Heaven, heavy favorite. This horse will probably be Horse of the Year, so good reason he's the heavy favorite. Then Rockin' Image, he's 4-1. He just came off a win in the Progress Pace where he was giant. The rest of the field, okay, I've never seen this before. Not just double digits. The rest of the field, triple digits, okay? Okay, the horse that's getting the third most money is Urgent Action. He's 150 to 1. So we've got a 1 to 9 shot, a 4 to 1 shot, 150 to 1 shot, and then the rest are like 200 to 1, whatever. Anyway, I've never seen anything like this, only win wagering. Let's check it out.
Rocket Image joined by Rock and Roll Heaven. Rock and Roll Heaven on the outside is up to get the lead. Rocket Image made him work as they go by the half. Rock and Roll Heaven, Rocket Image, Urgent Action back to third. The half 54-1 as they go to the back stretch. Rock and Roll Heaven, a length and a half. Rocket Image sitting in second. Urgent Action there third, followed by Shuby's Place. Then it's Shark's Legacy and Windfall Blue Chip as they race midway up the back stretch. Rock and Roll Heaven. The lead is almost 2 lengths. Rocket Image sitting in second, followed by Urgent Action coming to the outside. Shuby's Place. Following Shuby's Place, Shark's Legacy and Windfall Blue Chip stays in 3/4, 122 2/5 around the final turn. Rock and Roll Heaven and Rocket Image are 1-2. On the outside, Shuby's Place. Urgent Action has the rail, trying a 3-wide move. Shark's Legacy, it's not going to work. They come toward the top of the stretch, and Rock and Roll Heaven has a 2.5 length lead as they come off the turn. Rock and Roll Heaven getting away from Rocket Image coming through the stretch. Look at Rock and Roll Heaven in hand, in front by 3 at the wire.
Rock and Roll Heaven. Okay, really? Do I have to comment? I mean, what else do I need to say, right? 150-1. I could, like, just say something about the race, or I could save something really fantastic
Say
for
it, say
next
it,
week.
go ahead.
He wins by 3 lengths. How's that? Okay.
And he was tons the best, too, right?
Yes, and looking forward to the final, I believe the Matron final, which again takes place at Dover Downs on Sunday night. Tomorrow night will be his last start. So get to Dover, watch it via simulcast, do something to watch this horse if you haven't seen him in action already.
Which is a real shame because he is a terrific horse. And just when they're at their best, poof, they go. But anyway, in the first division of the Matron, a limb. It was race 8. Del Marvelous, trained by George Teague, with Brian Sears in the bike, was even money. From the 4-hole, Dreamland's Art was 9-5 with the Minister of Speed. Sounds like a drug dealer, doesn't it? Valentino with Tim Teacher was 9-2, and the third betting choice. Here's the call.
Dreamland's Art on the outside. Valentino has the rail. Del Marvelous is there, dropping back. Well, there you go. Alongside is Tobago K's, and Nova Artist trails on the outside, 122 flat. Around the final turn, Valentino continues to lead it. Valentino by a neck. Dreamland's Art, Del Marvelous, not waiting any longer, comes 3 wide. They're at the top of the stretch, and Valentino's got the lead. Turning for home, it's Valentino, Dreamland's Art. Del Marvelous coming on the far outside, coming through the stretch. Here's Del Marvelous. Del Marvelous from the outside to win it.
Del Marvelous followed Dreamland's Art's cover, then Blue Pass pace setter Valentino to win in 150-2, which was only 1/5 of a second slower than Rock and Roll Heaven. Can Del Marvelous beat Rock and Roll Heaven in the final tomorrow night? I don't know. You'll have to find out. But I can't tell you. I don't have my funny glasses with the dollar signs on them. Valentino lived for second, and Dreamland's Art was third.
Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund finals are going to be in effect the beginning of December at Dover Downs, but I had to share with you one of the eliminations that happened in the 2-year-old filly pacing division. We had a little lady by the name of Sarah Barracuda that won. She's owned and bred by Joanne Looney King, who is my mom. The driver is my stepdad, Jim King Jr. The filly got a good trip, wins her limb in 155-2. I just want to say, my mom and I, Sarah Palin fans, so of course that's why she's named Sarah Barracuda. We just got a yearling at the sale, and my mom and I named her Mama Grizzly. Okay, so watch out for her. Next year she'll be racing. Anyway, again, a lot of really great Delaware Sire Stakes action going on at Dover, and you can watch it via simulcast. Harris Chester.
Congratulations to you and your fam.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for this edition of PA Harness Week, and for everyone here, including my partner Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
You all come back now, here.
There they go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside, Harrah.